Airtable's spreadsheet interface is a great way to view and manage your Shopify Metafields, and the AirPower app is the best and fastest way to sync your Shopify Metafields to and from Airtable. Let's see how it works in practice with a quick example. In this example, we'll be starting with an empty AirPower configuration, and we'll be starting with an empty Airtable base. First, we'll add a sync profile to sync our Shopify Metafields to our Airtable base. A sync profile is a configuration that tells AirPower where to sync data to and from and what data to sync. We'll start by creating a sync profile to sync our product Metafields to Airtable. We'll give this profile an appropriate name. We make sure it's Shopify to Airtable and we select our base. Next, we'll set up a sync for our product Metafields. To do so, we need to set up a table to hold our products. We can either use an existing table that we already have configured in our Airtable base, or we can let AirPower create a default template products table in our base. We have an empty base, so we'll take the easy route. AirPower now adds a table for our products, with the columns for the most commonly used fields by our users. Next, we want to add some metafields. If we scroll down, we'll get to the metafield section. AirPower automatically preloads any metafields defined in our Shopify admin. But if we want to enter them manually using namespace and keys, we can do so as well. In this example, we'll sync our defined metafields. For each one, we'll click Enable. Next, we'll select which Airtable column they go into. For each metafield, we can select an existing column. Or we can create a new column by typing a name into the dropdown. Here, AirPower tells us that no such column exists. We can either edit manually and come back into AirPower, or we can let AirPower do the work for us. By clicking this button, we'll let AirPower do the work. We'll now do the same for the other two metafields. If we now go to our base, we see the new table that AirPower has created for us. It has all the columns for the popular standard fields, along with the 3 columns for our metafields. This table has no data yet, because no data has been updated in Shopify since we created the sync profile. AirPower syncs updates from Shopify to Airtable automatically. But when we're starting, we can manually trigger an entire sync of our product data. We first save our sync profile, and then we load our existing product data. If we go back to our dashboard, we'll now see that AirPower is loading up tasks to sync our products to Airtable. AirPower is now syncing our products, and we can go back to our table and see that it has been populated with our product information. On the right, we can see the 3 metafield columns that we created. And we can see that they have also been populated with data. Now we want to sync our metafields back to Shopify. In particular, we'd like to change the like count for this particular product. We'll modify the cell. And now we have to tell AirPower to sync it to Airtable. To do so, we need to create an Airtable to Shopify sync profile. We start with a blank profile. We give it an appropriate name. We select Airtable to Shopify. We then select our base. We then go to our product section. In this case, we want to use our existing products table. We will not map any of the standard Shopify product fields because we don't want any of those to sync. In this case, we want to sync only the customer likes metafield. So we select the column that it lives in. We select Enabled, and we click Save to save the sync profile. We now go back to our dashboard and initiate an Airtable to Shopify sync. Airtable will now start up and update the likes for our gift card product. Our Airtable to Shopify sync has now finished. So we go back to Shopify and we reload the product. We scroll to the Metafield section and we can see that the new Metafield value has been updated by AirPower. And that is how easy it is to sync your Shopify Metafields to and from Airtable with the AirPower app.